Hey guys, welcome back to Doki Litriture Club. I'm having confusions about this game, but we just done... oh, there we go. So we just done our poems, and now we're going to go to the next part. Hi there again, Alex. I'm glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Litriture Club. Like I know why. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Yuri, thanks for keeping your promise, Alex. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. I'm just gonna bring the mic over a bit more. Maybe I should sit here with it like this. Making you dive headfirst into a literature club when you have not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying moniker and manga. Manga who's literature? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back in her seat. Don't worry, you guys. Alex always gives his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work and without you me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is always so messy, it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and the TheAlexir can become good friends too? Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something in today, you know. Wait, Sayuri. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you would be a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal about it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't really usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? And she even picked out a little book she thinks I'd like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but she doesn't seem to be in the place. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. The music went funny. Ah, crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was forced, then I probably wouldn't have noticed. Oh, if I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a little bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you have two copies of the same book. Well, I stopped for the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. It's so fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a very relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is called Portrait of Markov. There's a very ominous look in the symbol on the front. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with a long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by the people who escaped from a human experimentation prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she chooses, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice, delightful story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, it's not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophies that they believe in. And then suddenly, when you thought related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a native one for letting the one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my mind, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Well, that's rude. Nah, I'm joking. So sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get a little bit started reading. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That's it, reading in company with people. Someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I'm distracting you or something. Alright. I open the book and start reading the prologue. And I understand what Yuri means by reading in company. It's as if you can feel her presence over the shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize for that, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly looks at her own copy, closes her own copy. I am really bad at reading today. Once each of us lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use the right arm to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Aww. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm. The way I turn the page, Yuri slides under the thumb and flips it aside. But in holding like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? So turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. Oh, our shawl's moving, that's pretty cool. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. That's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the pages before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue with the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate change. My thumb gently letting go. This feels more like I'm reading some sort of erotica now. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her sides as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Alex, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's embarrassing. That you must think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know what you were self-conscious about, that sort of thing. I guess what I meant, it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? I'm saying you're cute, you doof. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Monica, I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't really have much preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a little bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where we left in the book. I slip the book back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? No. Oh no, my battery is running low. Hang on. Ooh, I did a dumb. There we go. Bear with me, I need to get my charger. Ooh. Just gonna quickly save, return. Yeah, my relaxation. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really tell or find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica's will write hers down in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Ooh, who should I start my poem with? Yuri. Yuri seems most experienced, so I should start with her. I could trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You just assumed my gender. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. In real life, I actually have. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at the poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are a few specific handwriting habits that are usually typical in new writers, And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make the writing style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they form fitting two together. The end result is both styles and expressiveness are weakened. Oh. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's if its demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice. I haven't shown. And learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can feel a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri was apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki, but do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and processes behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily at the rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be. Isn't this supposed to be a Litriture club? Ghost under the light. Oh god, I cannot read this properly. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ambient glow, or amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calming beneath breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry to have such a terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. It is pretty. I'm just very bad at reading. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since this is our first time sharing, I clicked too early. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts and feelings, experiences in the words. They usually do tell more than tell a simple story of pain. In this case, perhaps the subject of poems only being symbolical compared to a ghost. Lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left without nothing. That is really dark. A lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Oh, if anything, I could probably learn to thing from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to do my best for you. Ah, me too. Oh my god. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it too seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. You didn't say that. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much all this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, let's see about that. Dear sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's something I'd write. Oh wait, is there more? I can't tell if there's more. Oh god, there we go, that is it. Say Yuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit. It's to be a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess look forward to it. Didn't I just do Natsuki? I know it's Yuri, didn't I? Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah, I just did Natsuki. Why isn't Natsuki still there? That's it. Sayuri, this is... Sayuri, this is... I'm not going to take this club seriously. What? Oh no, what's Sayuri I was talking to? I got really confused and I got the names mixed up and everything. I was like, what? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good. But yeah, we all start somewhere, right? If you're going to still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about it? Fine. Well, sorry, I got really confused and I feel like a real idiot. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Oh, savage. Fair enough. Well, each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta get show man now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sneak, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't take my writing seriously. But that isn't the point of poems, to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like this poem. Seeing everybody around you great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that puts more weight onto... Like I set up a rhyme to the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess it went more into it than I realized. That's what I mean to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everybody is, but Natsuki's feeling proud, and then I don't want to take that away from her. Nope, last one. I think we're going to leave Monica's for next time because I'm running out of time. Also, I can only read so much in one go before my head starts hurting. So, yeah, hang on. I'm just going to check to see how long I've been recording this for as well. Yeah, I think this is a good time to round it off. We'll then leave Monica's for next time. So we're going to save. Yep. So, thank you guys so much for this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Zora's sitting on it in the corner. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.